I was raising money left and right to feed him. Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you thought I was never going to raise families of one kind.
Yeah.
Because I want to count it. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President Blair was right private jet. When the Joseph Parker has bought the power, is buying private jet from here to go to Jerusalem. But I will speak because people in certain years somewhere will pass the road to our spend our own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday was going to be right today.
Yeah.
I have not regret to go
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came, when they came, yeah, what kind of people they say? What kind of people? Freedom fighter, you raping our women. Freedom fighter, you raping our children. Freedom fighter, you destroy our suffering. One more freedom for one more freedom
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great day. What a beautiful opportunity it feels. To be back behind these microphones. To engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. It is a wonderful more Tuesday. You know, when the weekend is extraordinarily long, you get tongue twisted. Yeah, today is Tuesday, and of course, it begins the working week for us. Yesterday was the holiday commemorating the birth of the first president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Jenkins Robert, which was on Sunday, the 15th of March. Sunday being holiday in itself, we have to observe it on Monday. What a great thing. What a great day. Coincidentally, it was also a holiday in Cote d'Ivoire. Yesterday was a holiday in Guinea. Oh yeah, so I don't know about Sierra Leone to a larger extent. I know there was holiday in Guinea, Ivory Coast, and Liberia simultaneously on yesterday. No work in the three countries. Somebody's wondering why, how. Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire, accounting for a very huge Muslim population. And these movement being the last 10 days of the Ramadan. There is the night of power observed in the Ramadan, the last 10 nights. And the 27th night of the Ramadan is normally set aside as the night that the Holy Quran was revealed. So in Guinea and of course in Ivory Coast, 27 nights. The day following that is declared as a holiday. And so it coincided with the deferred Joseph Jenkins Roberts' birthday on yesterday. So that's how the three countries can say for Sierra Leone. That I would need to find out. And know whether they to observe it. Because I know Sierra Leone exhibits a high degree of religious tolerance. But look, folks, good morning, just wherever you are this morning. Welcome back. This is your favorite breakfast platform, Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. It is a good thing to have you join us this morning. It feels very good to be here. As always, there are too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in Liberia. And of course, this is where you get the analysis of those issues without fear nor favor. With an unbending commitment to the truth. That's why we are at the biggest, of course, the people favorite. Lots of things happen, and making the menu this morning. We go to Old Road, Gay Town. Gay Town. At the home of Liberia economist Samuel Jackson was seen a moment or day after he announced to the country that his beloved wife Tony Jackson had passed. Moments later, the home became barricaded and, of course, by members of the Liberia National Police on grounds of suspicion. The situation has proceeded. The back and forth about that. We try to bring you updates as it is as of this morning. The status of the autopsy. The defense lawyers request for extension or postponement. And what happened? Where is Samuel Jackson? Can the state prove homicide? What will it require of the state to prove homicide on the part of Samuel Jackson in the death of his late wife? These are very interesting moments. But of course, whenever there is a death situation and there is suspicion about that, it is normal for you to call in the person's spouse, the children, neighbors, and other people. It's obvious that you hold them as persons of interest or suspects, even though once upon a time, the Unity Party and its Secretary General now, Amos Tuwe, and a fleet of them challenged the state doing the infamous case with Gloria Musu's car because she was a senior partisan of their party. Challenged the state, disrupted the state, pursuit of justice on behalf of the late Chalo Musu. Today they are in power and they are applying the same doctrine. So you see, it's a great moment. They say in Mangibi County, a police commander, Gibi District, was arrested allegedly for raping a pregnant woman. A pregnant woman that was detained. And that is the story that got me like, what is going on here? So the police station can be a safe haven anymore. But the matter is before the Labrador National Police, and they're looking at it. Oh yeah, they shoot. But why is it getting normalized? Sodomy, rape, senior government officials, ministers, and of course law enforcement folks. Something's not right in the country.
Freedom fighter, you killing our children. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country.
And then the big one. The big one is the FOIA border dispute and everything around it. We have compiled a lot and we'll be unpacking them this morning. Come for education, come for eye opening, come and know exactly what it is. And that's been going on beyond the small-minded sentiment, unverified circulation of opinions and views. Where are we so far? Yes, of course, His Excellency, the President of Liberia, Joseph Newman Boakai, has returned from a tripartite meeting, if you may, in Conakry, Guinea, aimed at resolving border dispute and cementing neighborhood or neighborliness among the three sisterly countries, Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. Folks, that's the shape and size of the conversation for you this morning on the big station. Okay. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, this is how we are going to draft you straight up to 9 o'clock this morning. Keep your dial set, share the show, drop your comments, your reactions on each of the subject matter, whether it's the Sam Jackson issue or is the negotiation, and of course, the issues that happened over the weekend with the tension that was, kind of growing there at the border, But it's a good thing. We are back. We're a resilient country. In spite of everything, we always overcome, no matter what. We always overcome. Okay, so this is it.
Music.
It's about music. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't tell her in your hands for the right authority. But it can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, you check. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. I'm a part to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self, Omen Sensaya.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia, folks, welcome back. This is the Freedom Morning Rush, and yes, as always, good to be here. So let's recognize those of you joining us quickly this morning so that we move fast to issues. There are a lot of things to talk about. It has been, since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's a lot, right? So let's see right here. This is Helena Wilson. She says, good morning, family. Sandy O. Mensa, good morning. I'm following from ELWA Rehab. Amar Jala Kamara, good morning, Freedom Radio Liberia family. I'm peace and loving people of Salaye District. I'm following live from Brussels as usual. Thanks a lot. Cecilia Massacre watching from Norway. A Flexible General joining from Clay District, Bombing County. Charles Weir. Good morning, Freedom FM family. My name is Charles Weir, following from Jacobtown. Emmanuel Vojolo says, good morning, my brother and friend. I'm watching you from Compound 1, Grand Bassa County this morning. Good job. Thanks a lot. Asinel Dagose Mega says, I'm watching from Dabola Town, Wapa District. You are the best in the country now. Thanks a lot for that compliment. This is Dionysius Sugbe. Good morning, family. I'm watching from Grand Crew District number 2, Boa Jike. He says, this is Stanley A. Anderson. Good morning, Freedom family. I am following live this morning from down Waterside, New York building. Stanley says, this is Saturday, Wonderway, watching from Atlanta, Georgia, the USA. Atlanta, Georgia. Stanley, is this Stanley? Yeah, Saturday, my man. Yeah, Prezo. Julius, I come in, let me hold this thing. But this is Julius, this guy from South Africa. Julius Malema, right? Described the U.S. president in this whole Iran and Israel and Morocco conflict in the Middle East. Okay. I didn't think I love me. Is it okay? I'm gonna leave me. So, but Malema says that on week 1, I met Saturday, then president said one thing. Week 2, another thing. Week 3, this is week 4. They may get there. Week 4, they may get the NATO and others. They face a very, I don't know, dangerous future if they refuse to come and join the war. Right? Secretary Hegseth. Where is Secretary Hegseth? You know, so when you listen to Secretary Hegseth, the Secretary of War of the United States of America, and you be like, it's over. Everything finished. America is just waiting now to come by. I know war is propaganda, but again, there has to be an element of accuracy in what we say, especially something that tied to the global economy and everything. Because what you don't want to lose is the confidence. You don't want to lose that, no matter what. Especially for a country like America, right now, European leaders are getting tired with Donald Trump. I can say that to you, free. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, you're occupying the highest office in the war. You feel like we've decimated the navy potential or capacity of Iran. We've sunk all of their ships, their way deep sea, and we've done this. And then Iran said, pass one ship here. You finish sunking all the people thing, so to speak. But pass one lay boat now, you ain't able to pass it. 4 weeks, you can pass one boat. Then you jump, you take the trouble, you pull on NATO. Say, NATO, y'all got to come. Y'all got to join me. Let carry one ship. But anyway, let's hold that there. Fun time we'll talk about that. It's been a while since we last updated about the Iran US-Israel conflict. I think we'll find time to talk about it, to provide some enlightenment and all that. I mean, the bottom line here is no need for war. For those of you that have been following me consistently, I've been very consistent with that. It doesn't matter. Right? The hypocrisy that some of us try to share. And this is why I'll bring you up to Speedway. Recently the United Nations observed the World Anti-Islamophobia Day. It's new to some of you, right? But yeah, I'll bring you up there. There's a position. The United Nations Secretary General spoke very strongly. And it's important for us to highlight these things so that our people will get conscientized and educated and know that we need to hold together more for global peace, tranquility, and progress. Once we are having these hate and bitterness among ourselves, our very progress, our very efforts that we are exerting towards progress will be eroded. One moment. So no need be hating your fellow human being and be saying all kinds of things. But anyway, again, the people who peddle these things, they do it for ulterior motives. Sometimes you're just at the disadvantaged end of it. You, the receiver. You see, anytime you see one individual vested in divisive rhetorics, know that they're profiting something out of it. Anytime you see one man vested in divisive, hateful rhetorics, anywhere, whether in your small organization, in your community, but the person is just hateful towards, unity and having people accept each other, they are benefiting one way or the other. Those are the vested interests that are covered, and you don't see it, and they play on your religious sentiment, on your tribal sentiment, and you start joining the bandwagon, and you're like, oh yeah, you're hating them. At the end of the day, you go and come back. We fought 18 years war with all of the tribalism and division. At the end of the day, when the war ceased, when we had to go Ghana, everybody went there. When we finished, the country returned to status quo ante. There is nothing you can do about your fellow man existing. Absolutely nothing. And there is no way you can rewrite history. You can only have your bitterness. You something whole day. At the end of the day, you can decide to go to war. You go to war, you're fair. The people that are supposed to die will die. When you're finished, you will come back. Everybody will come right back on the same table. So you see, when you sit down, you think deep, you say, well, what's the essence of all this? When politicians are failing and then they want to cover their failures, then they ignite tribal feud, tribal tension. So why are you fighting with each other now? Oh, you probably citizen. No, they're not citizen. Oh, they're man this. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Then they're stealing. They're stealing. And they're failing on their responsibility to deliver social services for you. So now you'll not be focused. Imagine. Now, 2 years later, we can't even get stable current. On a holiday, what we're supposed to be who our family, we can't get current. Nobody's talking about that. But the government is shifting your mind, right? To confuse a border dispute, right? And make it trouble. create internal trouble tension. So now you'll not be asking the mayor to LEC why there is no stable electricity when you're finished telling us and the president reported that he has stable last electricity. So why is it we are still sleeping in heat? Nobody's talking about that. The medicine what Baka play on Liberian Power, you already play because the blunders that are going on in the country, you see everybody, it's just looking normal and stuff. Right? Whatever be better you bury under the ground or what kind of living animal you kill, you slaughter to be president, that just turn the whole country, everybody here, people can see your mess. You're messing up, you're messing up on yourself everywhere. You're failing the country. But yesterday it looks no, nobody's saying anything because you play witchcraft to come to power. That's what you did. You kill innocent people to come to power. This is where we are. Good morning, my freedom family. Lucy S. Dennis, watching from Tinkers Village, RRA Highway, where the common people live. This is Jackson Nia. Says, good morning, I'm Jackson from River G County. This is Joseph S. Carey, watching from USA, New York City. Jeremy Dwyer, Daniel Halibundo. That's a kissy man. Bobby Jadia says, good morning, my friend. I'm my friend, my Freedom FM family. I'm following from my Seatown residence. Thomas Lasana, Rep Batu Pa, and the rest of you, Mark Kura, Eric. So I'm going to hold it there because there are too many things on my plate. But thanks to all of you for joining and keep dropping your reactions and views. Share the show as much as you can. That's the contribution you can make to the work we do here. That is the contribution you can make to the work we do here. So like I said, I was going to bring you updates on what the United Nations position has been with regards to this whole hate thing. Okay, no, not this. Let me get the first one. And then we can move ahead. Okay, so this is the UN chief, courtesy of the TRT Africa, right? News outlet. Okay, so let me take a short break. I'll come right back. Okay, so let's hold it right there and welcome back. I needed to sort something out. So the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has condemned what he called institutional discrimination against Muslims globally. Muslims worldwide often face institutional discrimination, socio-economic exclusion, biased immigration policies, and unwarranted surveillance and profiling. The UN chief said in his message marking the International Day to Combat Islamophobia on 15 March, that was on Sunday, he urged the world to recommit to equality, human rights, and dignity of every person, no matter their faith. Guterres said the worrying trends are fueled by anti-Muslim rhetoric and outright hate, which can lead to harassment and violence. And it is a good thing that the world is taking this posture. It is a good thing that, and I believe the United Nations should invest more, because they hate the discrimination towards Muslims simply because of the religious, decision. Has not taken the war anywhere. It's creating, they have made unscrupulous elements in the war to hide behind and, peddling hate to justify mayhem. to justify terror, right? Genocide, killings. And the discrimination is not even hitting. It's open for everybody. Anybody you're sincere enough, even in the workplace, the schools, right? Imagine teachers are supposed to be people are like parents, like guardians, but teachers will be the one, right, distributing hateful messages. And this is terrible. It's not helping the war. It has to stop. It's a good thing that the UN is picking up on it. 2016 also in Nigeria, the Chibok girls' abduction became a global concern. Everybody, every government issuing statement condemning, everybody, right? The 2022 attack on Ukraine by Russia, everybody, human rights organizations, civil society group, government of the world condemning the killings in Ukraine and the lives of the people. But when it comes to Gaza, people are tight-lipped. People don't want to say anything. Even though what is happening in Gaza is equally genocidal, is equally killing innocent people, kids are denied food, right? When reliefs are being used as weapon, nobody's talking. Government dare not issue statement to condemn and call to action, right? Kudos to South Africa on our continent, the first and only country, right, to challenge the Israelis and press war crime charges against them. That's before the United Nations. That is standing up for humanity, irrespective of their religion, their background, where they are, but they're a human being, right? Your life is not better because you choose this religion and the other man's life is not. No, the world should stop being hypocritical in that light. And this is what the Secretary General of the United Nations is trying to communicate. I told you about the Chibok girls thing, right? But in 2026, on the 7th hour of March, on that fateful Saturday, a girls' school in Iran, Tehran, got bombed, killing over 137, according to some records. Innocent babies, girls, that know nothing about the war. They were not there when people decided to fight war. They make no approval, and they got bombed and killed. The war is silent on it. It doesn't make news. Countries that are talking about human rights, peace, blah, blah, they have not issued one statement. No condemnation to the perpetrator whatsoever. Nothing. That is unfair. That is discrimination. That is hate. And that's imbalance. 20 schoolgirls abducted in Nigeria, 2016, it make the rounds. Over 137 young girls killed in Iran. Nobody is pressing humanitarian issue, human rights issue. Nobody's talking about that. But again, for us, this is our job. So we will not stop. We will not, because somebody's going to peddle hateful narrative. So we'll see the facts and then we ignore it, we will leave it, right? Those are the imbalance of the war. Those are the issues. So the United Nations goes on 12 hours ago to say, let us work together to eradicate the rising tide of anti-Muslim hatred and bigotry. And this is, all over the world. Even in my part of the world, this Liberia that we're in, it has to be worked on. Politicians should stop exploiting that. Stop making other people lesser citizens than others because of their faith. Stop doing it. You know you're not real, right? You go to take exams. You go places to write exam. They tell you to write about the history of this country, the composition of the people making up, right, the demography of Liberia. There is no way you exclude Mandingo there. You put it there. But when you finish and making that as a fight, and then you come outside, you peddle, right, hateful message, discriminatory message. It is obvious, just as they are Liberian Mandingos, they are Guinean Mandingos. Just as they are Liberian Kisi, they are Guinean Kisi. Just as they are Liberian Mano, they are Guinean Mano. Right? So the only reason the Mandingo people get highlighted is because they are Muslims. If they were Muslim, I'm not sure the level of discrimination will be to this extent. Because if people are willing to accept Kisi, willing to accept Loma, willing to accept Mano, but no to Mandingo, then that is a problem. There is a problem of religion. And the issue about Mandingo, they occupy about 7 countries in West Africa. 7. So it's obvious. There are slight differences in the tune, but you have to be one of it to understand. So at the General Assembly event marking the International Day to End Islamophobia, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged people to reject the narrative of fear and exclusion. The narrative of fear and exclusion. You listen to people peddling fear, lying. Some of them can be lying with both fists, painting the other people as killers, blah, blah, blah. Right? But the people dropping bombs in Gaza are not Muslims. I tell you, the Muslims are supposed to be killers. Right? Go to Congo. What is happening there? So we must speak out clearly and consistently, stressed the Secretary General, calling on people to build a world rooted in respect, inclusion, justice, and peace for all. A world rooted in what? Respect. That means you respect your fellow human being. The same respect and dignity that you required. Give that to your friend. Give that to your neighbor. Today, you could choose that you're a Christian. Tomorrow, you could just decide that I want to be a Muslim. Today, you could choose that you're a Muslim, and tomorrow, you could just decide that you're a Christian. So, should you go through that same degree of hate? Imagine, to the extent where people who have members of their family that are Muslim, they are unwelcoming of those people. We got to stop this thing. We got to put it. We've done this for so long and we are going nowhere. Nowhere. At the end of the day, you can't alter history. You can't alter humanity. You were born, you came and met the world as it is. You can't disenfranchise anybody. It will lead to war. People will fight. People will fight for their right. People will fight for their existence. You cannot. So why waste your time on something that you can't solve? Why can't we consolidate our energy towards building a strong cohesion as a nation and, of course, as the world? And this is what the Secretary General of the United Nations is pushing, and it's a good message. And I want to say kudos. Hope every member state of the UN can listen to this position statement and begin to design programs, national program, institutional, nationalize this narrative. You will see what the world will be like. What the world will be like if we de-escalate the hatred and lies. You get some people, so many, right? Real believers will not even do this, but are people who using the scripture to make money. They the one will be peddling this kind of thing. Right? Either way, now we peddling these kind of things so that for fanatics to see them as, really feel and then start to give them money, surrender their money and stuff. But anyway, this is it. Let's move. Let's come home and talk Liberia, right? Gas. I don't know what is the situation in your community, but over the weekend, the Liberian government at long last backed down and increase the gas price astronomically. I like to say the increment wasn't even gradual, because if you take fuel, for example, if you take fuel from $800 to $1,080 or $750, let's say, you take the price of fuel oil from $750 to $1,080. Look at the difference, right? From $750, that's $250, $330 addition. In split seconds, you added $330 to fuel. Fuel is the engine of our economy. The factories run by fuel, the heavy duties that fuel, the machines that build the roads that fuel, right? And then you add $330. Your rescue government, that's what they added. So you have increased the suffering of the citizens by $330, because they're going to be cost sharing now, right? Producers will not take all of the burden. Transportation operators will not take all of the burden. Machineries operators will not take all of the burden. If you go to hire a machine or a heavy duty truck to transport your sand from one place to the other, they're definitely going to add the stuff. So your government has added a burden of $330. So since Baga became president, he's not eased burden, rather he's increasing burden. And this is what you need to understand. Gasoline, he took it from $730, $720 between there. He took it all the way to $910. And in Lofa County, I got a report over the weekend. A gallon of gasoline is being sold in Vonjama, right, for $1,350. So from $700, right, that's about $650 plus for the people of Lofa. So you can imagine what transportation, food, medication, and all going to mean for the people of Lofa for the period. So you can specify it anyhow you want to, but the impact is severe. The impact on the life of the people is severe. Is absolutely astronomical. And the government must take responsibility of it. Before now, and even during the crisis, the government has misinformed the people on this entire process. They've insisted consistently telling the country that there is sufficient stock. The storage is loaded. No need to panic. We can offset the shock, the global shock. So when our government gave us that assurance and come back and make a $330 increment on fuel and $350 increment on gas in Lofa, right? With some $200 also increment on gas in Monrovia, then there is a problem. We have to hold the government accountable collectively, irrespective of who you are, because guess what? Do you know what the cost of transportation this morning from ELW to Broad Street, from Red Light to Broad Street, from Red Light, Pakopin to Kakata to Banga to Zureju? Do you know what the cost is? It's being impacted. Do you know that? Oh, yes, you know. But like I said initially, whatever juju this old man play on the country is working for him. And I mean, who will tell you? It has to be like that. The fact that the man continued to lead in all these egregious misgovernance are going on in the country, and nobody's doing anything, and and people are being threatened daily. People are being threatened. Listen to the police IG. I will come to that. They're threatening people. They're threatening people every day. They're threatening free speech. They're doing all sorts of things to just keep the country at a standstill. Then what life is getting difficult for the people and all of that. Gas prices are up, and they're going to search more than that. They're going to search more than that. I'm telling you this because you know what? I'm following the happenings. Following the happenings painstakingly, impartially. And there is no way, just like they were in 2020, 2022, when coronavirus struck, right? holding the entire war hostage. And the impact of that was being communicated by the opposition then as a weakness on the part of the government. And when the Ukraine-Russian crisis ensued, when the very same political opposition then said it was a weakness on the part of the government, that prices were skyrocketing and blah, 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 right? Holding by that parity of reasoning, it is also failure on the part of the government, because you know what governments are supposed to do, proactive governments are supposed to do, right? Because we have diplomatic cables, we have diplomatic channels, and you get signals. You get signals to these kinds of things long before. When the Venezuela issue happened, right? Mr. Trump issued signals. So what did we do as a government to prepare for this shock? Absolutely nothing. They were sitting here chasing after opposition, thinking about changing the Abdullah Kamal law, attacking press freedom, insulting, and that's what they were basically doing. They weren't preparing for the economic protection of our people in the time of an impending crisis, global crisis. So are they not reading sufficiently? But you have some small-minded elements will be passing around here, and then praising this flop of a foreign minister. Say, oh, yeah, what kind of well is this lady doing? This lady is a flop, complete flop. And I will continue to tell you this until it reach a point. And there are small things that exposing the lady. She's a zero woman, absolute zero. How you sit down there? You're not providing any kind of sensitive cable to informing the people on the ground, to put in measures, right? And then when it hit, then you have that little gambler to FPRC there lying and telling people, oh, we get gas, we get this, nothing will happen. You take gambler and put it over serial money institution. What do you expect? This is what you get. Casino goers. They see things from a casino perspective. And they're gambling with the country. That's what they're doing. So now prices up. Oh, they specify it. Oh, but yeah, they wanted that one, right? If care is not taking, it will even go as far as $2,000. Well, it is not my business to pray. No, that's not my business. I pray for my salvation. That's not my business to pray for government, lack of efficiency. Who tell you that is supposed to be our responsibility? It's a choice. You can choose to go and use your praying time to be praying for a useless government. Or you can choose to focus your prayer on your salvation. I am focusing my prayer on my salvation. Nobody tell me about pray here. We pay people to do the job. Then you say, oh, let's go pray. Pray for what? Is that how you run a country? So what is it? This is failure coming. It's coming. It's coming. Right? Politically, the government decided to attack importers in this country by destabilizing the petroleum sector. Just because they wanted to get at one man who is utilizing his constitutional right to pursue the higher seat. So because Berete won't be president, he formed party, he built in breach. So that means you should come and change the whole petroleum sector law. You say, oh, you'll be bringing your own fuel. Go back to the statements that were made there. About no experience shortage, there will be available and ready petroleum product on the market. Once FPRC get involved, those were the justification they were giving. Say all the money going to Musa Bidete, the country will get the money. So now, where the gas, what you have been bringing? FPRC, where the gas? Why are our people standing in queues? Why? We have a very irresponsible government on our hands. A lot of you don't like to hear that, but it is a fact. They're very irresponsible, led by a sleepy old man. And you understand? So this is it. So when price go up, so whether when price go up, basically what you do, wear your Joseph Baca uniform. You go stand there and say, oh, bro, me a Baca meal, then they'll give you the gas for 700. Nonsense. Lastly, Samuel Jackson stuff happened. It was a sad thing, right? This old man, that what we've seen and I've observed, he has demonstrated absolute love and affection for his wife. They've been there. I mean, some 2-3 weeks ago, they launched a transportation service, right? Tony's Ride. It was colorful. We saw them, the both of them, exchanging pleasantry and supporting each other. And of course, out of a sudden, he himself announced that his wife has passed. She collapsed. He took her to the hospital, and there were challenges in getting ambulance, in time, all of that caught up with them, and she gave up the ghost. That did not make sense to a lot of people because it was so fast. No news about illness, whatever. So many doubting Thomases believe that this can just not be ordinary. So a friend of Samuel Jackson, who himself came out one Rufus, wrote long and told, remember, Rufus is a diehard fanatical Boakai supporter. Sam has been an opposition to Mr. Boakai. He was a supporter of Mr. Weah, and then now he became a member of the CMC. So he's there. So you can understand the friendship, how it is, and you know how very dismissive and derogatory Boakai and UP supporters are towards seditions. They don't even see them. This is a sin hate we are talking about. They don't even see them as human beings. They're willing to even sanction their death because they are seditions. I mean, the attitude is there. You can't run away from it. Me, I don't like to mince my words on things. I like to see just as they are because that's the fight. The UPs are very extremely hateful. Even families, they hate you because you're a sedition, right? They wish evil for you because you're a sedition. This is the fact in the country. The government has to work towards that. Seditions are Liberians. Look at the security sector. Look at how the security has been managed in the country. And then when you say rescue police, somebody say, oh, why are you saying rescue police? If the police have elected to protecting and, of course, respecting the rights only of Unity partisans. And they use heavy hand on seditions. What do you think they are? How do you think they should be called? They are rescue police. Gregory has never hidden his sentiment. He's never hidden his partisan sentiments. He walks with it on the street. He sees himself as a private security for the Unity Party. Right? When CDC having occasion, you go and intimidate them, instill fear, send gunmen, harassing them. When UP having occasion, it's okay. You can take the street, you can violate anywhere. You can divert traffic for them, do anything. So if that happening in a society, what do you think? That's division. That's discrimination right there. A national institution where all of our taxes go towards can't be doing that. And he said we should shut our mouth and make it to look normal. So we're seeing with Sam. When say Magill Jones, right? Of the Ministry of Youth and Sports got involved with a 13-year-old minor rape case. The police defended him. He wasn't calling as a person of interest. He was seen all around at different nightclubs and gatherings and cigar bars, and they're hanging out, they're chilling because he's a Unity Party man. Right? Because he's a Unity Party man. And the police stood as a defense and for the first time introduced CCTV and what the other thing they said, DNA as a prerequisite to taking action on a suspected rapist. They set that new criteria for who? A Unity Party man. When you run the country like that, then what do you expect other people to feel of you? Oppositions and critics of the government don't feel safe anymore in your hand as law enforcement No. Imagine if you are afflicted. It's only out of nothing to do that you want to think about, but left with your will. You don't want to call police there because you're even afraid that they could do something to you. They could harm you. Because somebody will just place a political call and something could happen to you in their custody. You don't feel safe as an opposition person in police custody because the way Gregory is scaring the police. When something happened about government officials and the police stand as defenders, arguing. But then when it's something about related to opposition, the police can call lies, unprofessionally pursue the matter, make derogatory and of course baseless remarks that they struggle to authenticate in the process of the investigation. Look at the Capitol building thing. Liberians are incarcerated. Up to now, you can provide zero evidence. And what did the police inspector general call press conference all over the place? Hooligans, calling them hooligans. We have over more than 100% evidence. That's because they were citizens, and it was a crisis between two people, right? Members of the runaway belligerent lawmakers, and of course the legal lawmakers. But then something happened as a result of that, and then you go in and round up supporters of one bloc and leave the other people free. And this is why it's getting difficult for you to come to a common ground on the whole investigation, because you have a politicized target. You don't go for CDC people. You want to demoralize them. You want to break them down. You want to attack them because all of you think this is uncalled for. You can't run a country like that. You know what? You will not on Liberian citizens. You will not make citizens to stop being Liberian. You can't stop them from being Liberian. You can't stop them from exercising their right. They will live in this country. They will be here. They will vote. They will take action. So why you can't govern for everybody? Govern for everybody. Don't alienate the people because they are citizens. You generalize perceptions and you call them names. Professional, responsible Liberians who choose to be of this party. You demonize them. You call them all sorts of names. And I see you crying out. Look, whoever peddled the propaganda yesterday, that former president we are called, Macron and all of that, don't apologize to nobody. Yes, we saw the clarity from the former president office. That's honorable. That's what they should do because it's not to their attention. Because who tell you propaganda needs an approval, right? When you were passing around here lying, when you said that we are killed 3 missing boys. At least President Weah is demonstrating a kind of responsible attitude. Unlike Boakai, he was there. These dangerous lies were being peddled. He did not say a word. He in silence, he granted currency to all of these lies against the state. Because when you peddle lies against the president, that's against the state. Boakai, right, demonstrated on patriotism simply because he wanted to be president. He allowed these dangerous lies against the state because he hated one man who was president and he wanted to be president at all costs. But Judge Weah saying no. Judge Weah would have ignored it and say, but who cares? And say that by himself. But he said, no, we have to set the record straight because this is our country. Tell his COS, issue statement. Issue the statement. But when it comes to the Wasonga man, no, he said that. And when you sit down, when you can sit down and do your mullet, and when you're sleeping, and that's just how he sat and watch all these things passing around. Say 3 missing boys. Say John, we are killing them for killing. Say, oh, let's do referendum to open citizenship. Oh, say John, we won't make his children and citizen in the country, and Clark, we are citizens in the country that what he wanting the law for. Look at that kind of elementary thing. Say drugs in the country. Say that we are bringing drugs. The political opposition peddle the ones. No, not a day any of them came up. Propaganda, they're not news. That news must be accurate all the time. They're not propaganda. The people who peddle propaganda have objectives. They just want to. They decide what their objectives are. It left with you that your business. You will cry tired. You defend wholly that your business. Why you come here apologize to these Helions and Buccaneers? Why you come here apologize to them for what? That's on them. Oh yeah, everybody's aware that former President Weah has a very great relationship with Macron. He demonstrated that when he secured from Macron, right? Some $10 million to invest in our people here, invest in the youth. What has Boubacar, who you get a relationship with? That's why he had to sit down here, right? That Doumbouya had to summon him, say, come to Conakry. He jumped, he went to Conakry, sat him down, and he apologized, and he coming back and talking to him. But we'll get to that point. Right? Let me take calls on these, and then we can transition to something else. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call. This is the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. Let's hear you. What do you think? Right? What's your thought across the issues? The gas price, the Sam Jackson issue, just whatever. Making it on your table this morning. Let's hear you. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 are the numbers to call. And of course, you will be live on the conversation this morning. And so this is it. We can run the country on those 14. So as it is, Mrs. Jackson case, of course, rightfully so, is before the police. The police was tipped by a friend of Mr. Jackson, and that made them to believe that there is a need to investigate, and they started the investigation process, right? They've brought in pathologists. The autopsy should have been conducted yesterday. I can't confirm whether it was or not because the lawyers representing Mr. Jackson requested and said that it should be postponed because they equally want to have their own medical expert there to observe the process and make sure that it is transparent and fair. So that is how far we can say about that. Okay, let's take you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Morning, sir.
Just what Mr. Laba calling for, if it is because this kind of a levy to be presented.
Go ahead.
Brother, no level of intimidation or threatening remark will make us to stop from saying the truth. Let's go come on, you feel that you are a rat, but we will keep telling them they are error. This country, on the border, are massively still when it comes to solving our economic problem in this country. What can lie to us? They say, only we are was the problem in the country, only we are within gas price of today, but we are not careful. The people are going to buy gas 2,000, 3,000 before the end of the people. Whoa. Let me say this. Yesterday, when something happened, they need to escalate it to make it look bad and it never happened before. Today, we are taking cars from Quebec to come ready for $130. Yes, 130. And it's what
How much you used to pay?
We used to pay $100.
So they are $30 there.
Anyway, stop. That 150. Some people are going to like 200. So that's the play we are now. So we can fill up massively.
Okay.
And we'll come to.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, Abu, good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Abu, my name is Mohammed Bonzo Fana Jr. Well, I joined a conversation from the Japan Free. Thank you for your education. Always to the Labrador people. Well, Abu, my intention is John. So, what is your party is doing? Sometimes, I just wonder how these guys are running this country. They just run this country one way. When it comes to our political our party, any individual that is connected to anything that is, disorderly, these guys just say this thing that we are issue, See what happened to Mr. St. Johnson? Jackson, I said it's just bad for me, I said, the RJ, see how you speak, see how you speak, at the press conference, at the general, it's like the same, he just forcefully, doing things, on his own. Thank you this morning, man.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Hi, hello.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. Let's hear you.
This is Jackson Kubo calling from Pakistan. Thank you for the turbulent discussion. You know, Liberian people, we will feed it as the prophet, as the man of God said in the prophecy. We will eat our own flesh and drink our own blood. And it's coming to pass. Someone I was living alone, a old car park, without no experience, without no contacts. We look at our country, struggling country, they give it to such human being. So what will you expect? The suffering will be more. The suffering will be more. Jesus Boga got no control over this country. Because if to say Jesus Boga our man, I will get control over this country, we're not coming to reach this far. Beginning of coming our country, throwing our abusing our country, throwing our flag that which no country can accept. But he only after taking people, falsely putting them at the Moreover Central Prison, keeping them there without any evidence, burying those young men future at the Moreover Central Prison, all in the name of some case, all because they want to get to the former speaker, Fanatic Kufa. And there's no way you can get to Fanatic Kufa. So why you to get those men out of that place? You're burying those men future.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Let's hear you, man.
Thank you for the show. May God bless all of you. I'm talking for the Liberian people. This is the man calling from Power and the people defender. No, I want to bring your mind back one day. The people that are in power today, but I kind of in opposition. For me, we protested against Georgia government for Shalom Mufu. We want to for her. She was then murdered in the hospital of cold blood. I want to justice for her. When he started, they got in black clothes. So, how come you go water school? Go in black clothes. Or make a general avoid your fall. And say, you're my son. They were taking a body telling. They went there and killed. I get it up. There was no penetration. Nobody was in there. Everyone was lying, was still up. They wanted to see that I will call a barbed wire from the window. But all that time, they said, I don't do that. They say, but Coach did it. Before he get in. We need justice for what they're like that. And no person, do your job for no country. We need justice for her. But today night, they have, when they come to the court, or when they come into jail, you know, for the judge of there, we can see what we go. Somebody died in the hall, the person in the book of blood. We can give it to somebody. It was wrong what he did or not did it, but let it be a parity that whole place. They may be there. When they want to come in the party, oh, they're going out, coming in. You see the yellow come up there, but no, he left and right. People coming in and out. Some of them, they see on the party and they might get it. People go to the place, off on the place, the way with the place. They tell the man of jail. It's a suspect. No, it's not a suspect yet. Hotel. Try to get it. How it will come. The way they proceed is very wrong. We need action. Action. There will be something. We need very report for the
No. He is a suspect. He can be a suspect. That's no problem. But then the burden of proof is on them, and that's what they're trying to do. So they're trying to. I mean, if it is true that she was a murderer, I mean, nobody should be killing anybody. That is acceptable. So they have to prove that.
Yes, so the proof is wrong. When they is not suspect. When they see that kid, that boy, that woman, they will be a net, will be a sister, will be a what's up play. You know what I'm saying? When they tell us they're already. So when they pay for it, what the fuck will you see? They will not tell the fuck everything in their hand. We show the neck, we show the on the bar, what have you? But yet they say that put you one day. So they are going to tell you, like, no one did a project. So when you say yes, they will put you over your business. They will go up. When you say yes, they'll get up and say, well, good for you. They will not tell them, yeah, our child dying, but no man left. So we need justice for her. But when they take it, I will take it, that now they want to take it down, Abu. They confess this morning. They confess money, and I'm talking about going to that place. They put boy and man, they put place, and they will tell money. They put no one going on. I put no one going on to see two men giving a company to go man place. And they told them to say, give it a men and the catching was dropped. He
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my sister. Well said. And yes, indeed, I didn't give you that update too. Yes, an immigration commander in Grand Cayman County was, of course, and is being detained in Sierra Leone for possession of drugs. That did not happen, Mr. We are time. And then the police commander in Kiwi District held for raping a pregnant woman. And all of these things are happening now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mohammed Babari from Facebook.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you were saying something about Madingo trap.
No, I wasn't saying anything about Madingo tribe. I'm having conversation about hate, discrimination and all of that.
Oh, yeah, the Madingo moved this and that. Okay. That's what I want to talk on.
Go ahead.
You see, the reason why I'm a Muslim, but the reason why you see the gospel can say Madingo, where Madingo, or the people from Asia were here during the war time, when the people they say, look at the Madingo man. That discrimination came from our brother, them when they came here, they marry our sister, our auntie, them when they born the child, going and they Catholic. So these are some of the things that people had a hatredness for. The Fulani people can pass through Kidmore and go further than when you said you. And that what people always say that Kidmore is the bell of Islam in Liberia. So that's where people have a small hatred now about the Madingo trap.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. You've made a point. 0776 104 104 065 104. Okay, so you got me. Everybody thought their owner. Good morning. Go ahead.
Is it Abu or Khan? Yeah, I'm tired of the show, but then, if the answer of my LTA,
this is Abu.
Okay, I will thank you very much.
Where you calling from?
My name is Ivan Yuma. I call from Crystal Police. Thank you for the show. I listen to portion of it. And that is true. It is because the deception that came in the Bible to deceive the world that Israel is the people of God. So anything they are doing wrong, the whole world sympathize with them. Because they are deceived the whole world. And they forgot to know that in the book of Revelation chapter 2 verse 9, chapter 3 verse 9, in John chapter 8 verse 28 going down, is there where Jesus Christ spoke to the Jews that they are the children of the devil because of their actions. They have lied too much. So they deceive the whole world. They made a man of sin that they are the children of God. When they kill people, people praise them for killing all people. The whole world they just tell war. Even the war ain't over today. It is a true woman that created for that war. When you do this, and America bomb other countries around the world, even Ukraine and Europe, and war I care America burn yet. But people praise them because they kill all people. And then Israel's best friend is America, and then the people of God can say, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. And they say, America is Babylon, which is the devil country. America is the devil country, and Israel is best friend of America. Israel. So they are devilish people, they kill people, and apart from that, it's not the original Jews that in Israel, in a portion of Asia.
Okay. Thank you very much for fun time. The history. I think one time we had some little conversation about these things. But good morning, sir. You're calling on the WhatsApp. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Good morning, Abu. This is Mr. Will calling from Atlanta, Georgia.
Thank you, sir.
I just want to speak a little about the gasoline on the issue of the crude oil. When people in Liberia should expect the gas price to be higher than what it is right now. But nobody control the price.
Okay.
The price not coming from the government. It's coming from where the gas is coming from.
But the government said they got it under control, right? I can even play the voice of the FPRC managing director.
I read it in the news.
Yeah, so
they have no control over
so what are you saying?
They are not producing.
No. But they are the government, and they say they got control over it, but you say they didn't get control over it. So what do you mean?
In America, gas been going up very high. So
I agree, but our government say our government say they have it under control. So why shouldn't we accept? Even though they're adding the press, they're increasing the press, but yesterday they're saying they have it under control.
We accept that, and I just want to throw a light on what happened 2020 to 2022 through 2022 to 2023. When the virus was worldwide, when no one could work, even in America, we lost more than 2 million people almost. When the government of Liberia sent some people home, the non-essential workers, and they were still
they're still taking pay.
This government will be able to do the same. Yes. That it will send people home because of the shortage of gasoline and say, no, you don't have no work, but you will still take your pay. I want to see if that will happen in this government.
Okay, maybe we're not there yet, but you are making a good point, because it will reach a point when the gas price or the gas situation gets difficult, moving between places will be hard. So she's trying to normalize working from home.
Exactly so. So I just want to conscientize the people, our people in Liberia, not even the gasoline alone. The food stuff, the imported food, it will get shut because once there's no ship traveling, the issues of food will be difficult. So you're thinking of that. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.
Okay, thank you from Atlanta, Georgia. Your contributions are equally very, very meaningful. So let's see. Okay, let's take this call. 9 o'clock. We'll make our transition. This caller. Good morning. Good morning.
This is Mohammed Adi calling from Chibo community.
Go ahead.
You see, Israel, the Bani Israel there.
Okay.
We are a small country there. You're you know, Abu.
No, but listen, you can't. No. You can't do that. That's what we're saying. They both get their own religion. They get their belief. So nobody's going to hate their faith.
People hate Muslim people around the world. You see now they're starting now the Gaza. That's what the Muslims they getting there. Then when they get there, they say the Muslim people weekend. They can go before America stand behind them. Then they start seeing people just carrying it. So why they are president go to 1 hour for barrel or
all right, thank you very much. I can just enjoy the ordinary views, you know, when people sharing the layman perspective on these kinds of things. But unfortunately, in Liberia, it's difficult to distinguish the layman perspective from the educated. So because most times we all just recycle the layman view.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Moses. We're calling from Dwazon.
Go ahead.
You see, my brother, who had a same say, what goes around comes around.
Okay.
See, anything you don't have control over on the global market, don't come to say that you have control over it. First of all, we have Christmas light, which means our currency will come and go. But today, which one are we having?
At disco level,
today we don't have a stable electricity. We can cook our students for 4 or 5 days. We will no more. Now we are getting hard time. 2, today the gasoline price. They said that they were sending in queue to buy gas. Everyone twice said that he has enough gas. Today, gas price is flying. Do they have control over those things? Look, whenever your neighbor falls on fire, do not rejoice. Because since you are in power, they politicize everything. The other people saying that the people should not politicize it. No, the people have the right to politicize it. Because we do have law for each other. John Brown in power, hate John Brown. Today, the guy will fly more than this. But as I speak to you now, you know the cars have to leave from Dwazon and go down $300. While we're paying $200 to go Redland, now it's $300 now.
Oh, from Dwazon to Redland, $300?
Just to leave from Dwazon and to go Redland. I don't know the fare now to go in time. So let's just imagine, brother, look, you need to stop those cheap things. Today, when to travel, he went France, he brought 10 million. And one good thing, my trade, why you support that Joya? I said, I support that Joya because I don't have a party. My father was United People Party, like first party I was paying for. But today, Joya made my daughter and my nephew, they have graduated from LU. They stay right in their home. In my house, they plan their courses. Modern technology was introduced by the past administration. What else we wanted for the men to do? Today the men introduce, look at the burden on with the parents who are maturing, graduated from high school from the administration of Georgia, and they don't pay a dime for 1 fee. So brother, let me tell you something. My oldest brother, my father left and went free time 1986. We couldn't afford $30 for government exam. He never took government exam 1986. Today, somebody really have burden on us. Them, look, Jerry Williams did well in Ghana, but today the people are still hearing what two mature in Ghana today are hearing John Mahama, because when he made all public university free in Ghana, then larger up to now they put every coin he part in. They still talking about John Mahama. They are talking about all the development of Jerry Williams because men who build a man, men who educate the people, build a nation. The people will think constructively. Today we brought what because we're not educated. What happened? Look at our own transformer will blow it up. Look at what happened will blow it up because there was no education because at that time the legislative were hard. So brother, for me, I will always support until someone come and do it better than geography today as part of my national team, which is the budget. There is no librarian I'm not benefiting from the national budget today. So that one librarian tell me, or one university party tell me that we are not benefiting. Today we're benefiting towards the watch fee. We're paying $450 and want to find out what? Or credit. Today it's free. We only pay $2,500 for a registration. You stay home. So you are not benefiting?
You are. One way or the other, you're benefiting. Thank you very much. Well said. And this is it, right? He's making a very good point. But again, how many librarians are willing to listen to these things? People are just consumed by hate, right? When the facts are glaring. But
all I can say to the people is that PRC has the capacity and there are other storage facilities as well to supply the home. But all I can say to the Liberian people is that PRC has the capacity and there are other storage facilities.
You see? Even in governance, you lying. Poor face, the people standing in queues. Can president go up? People buying get 1,350 in Vonjama, the president home, right? And then you have one casino goers go say, all I can say to the librarian, we have enough capacity. We have listen.
To supply the home. But all I can say to the Liberian people,
both face blooded irresponsible lie. That's what they're spewing because they do not respect you. They do not respect the Liberian people. They take you for a ride. This is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable.
Is that PRC has the capacity and there are other storage facilities as well to supply the home. But all I can say to the Liberian people is that PRC has the capacity and there are other storage facilities as well to supply the home.
Okay. All I can say is that you're a bloody liar, right? Let me take 3 more calls and then I'll move to something else. Good morning. Fine, let's hear you. Go ahead.
All I can say,
Let me come to the discussion. You see, the past time, when things started went off, where coronavirus were all over the world, people say, we was not educated, you don't have no control, that was the explanation of that. But now, for our experience, political experience, look at the Catholic president now, 1,000. Look at how these presidents and look at what it doesn't say money. But however, let us not be discussed because Boga is living with the devil. You know, the devil does not do anything to them. The devil does not do anything to them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hold it right there. At this break, Crime Stopper Library will be right back. This break.
Don't take law in your hands, all the right authority. They can't take your law. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see don't keep it. I'm a part of people. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is here for you. Remember, you see it, you report it. This is a message from your own self-omen, Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia is the official sponsor of the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. Folks, welcome back. So, too many things happened over the weekend with respect to this tension that was growing between our people. And I like to put it that way. Because, I mean, in fairness, there is no way you can distinguish these three or let's say 4 countries, the Mana River countries. There is no way. Interrelated, interconnected, sharing the same culture, practices, and the same poor and Sunday societies across the borders, right? Sharing farming knowledge and expertise, intermarriages. So this is the reality. No degree of sentiment can erase that. There's a fight when you go along the border with Grand Cape Mount and Bull, right? I don't know that part of Sierra Leone, right? When you go along there, you find our Vi brothers in Sierra Leone and in Liberia, the Golas, right? Just that you go down, further down, you see the Kisi, the Loma, the Madingo, the Pele. You come all the way down to Nimba, and then you go way down to the southeast. They come, as they're in Liberia, they're in Ivory Coast. Same culture, same practices, different geography. Of course, the geography will determine your nationality unless you choose otherwise, right? But it doesn't erase the fact that you speak the same language. The Kisi in Gegedu, the Kisi in Foya, they speak Kisi. They have the same thing common. They have the same ancestors, right? And the ones in Kwendu. So why should anybody want to foment war among these people? Yes, every country in the region must maintain its territorial integrity and hold on to their sovereignty. Nobody. Right? So you are in Ivory Coast, the other man is in Liberia. You must respect the man that is in Liberia. And you too must respect the man that is in Ivory Coast. Then coexisting happen. Live together. And do your regular things together. The other man cross. Like in Ganta. The market women in Ganta will cross, they will go to the other place there. They will do their market, JK. And then JK will cross, they will come. To the extent where the border security, they know the people and they don't have issues with them. When they come, they don't even go through screening. When you're from Ganta, you just say, I'm from Ganta, they pass, they allow you pass. You gotta know the same people. You go into your other horse on that side. Then when you're from JK, you go into Ganta, they let you pass. Only you from beyond, like way in, and when you come in, then you go through the screening. That's how our people have existed and coexisted along the borderland areas. But again, there are laws governing those areas, governing activities in those areas. Part of respecting the sovereignty of the other nation is not to involve yourself into unwholesome activities across the border or on the natural inheritance of that country or another country. When you do that, then you've transcended the bond. Then there are diplomatic international laws that must be applied to correct that. Not machetes, not chanting battlecries, right? No, not that one can do it. Not throwing stones can settle that. That the law can settle it. So we must orientate our respective countries and their citizens around these things. It is a responsibility and a detail of the governments in those countries to do that. Right? It is. That's what it has to be. Or else we get ourselves into the problem. Look at where we are now. The matter was settled in Conakry. All of you young people that were there at the border, right? Saying all those things. Were any of you invited for the meeting? Absolutely not. No matter the zenith of your patriotism or your action that you equate to patriotism, you weren't. Right? At the end of the day, the way the conflicts will be settled that way. Imagine if that interaction had degenerated into something, then people die. Our leaders are going to go right back to that Conakry there, say that they sign their communique, and they come right back, the country continue to move forward. So the thing that get to do, say with citizen, you handle a citizen way. The one that get to do with state to state, right? And you're not a state institution. Stay out of it. The way to demonstrate patriotism, patriotism is demonstrated through service. And this is the point I want to emphasize on. I know a lot of us, you think, and when you turn, you just say things and it makes you more citizen, it makes you more patriotic and all of that. No, right? But that's part of it. But most of it is sacrificing for your country. And that sacrificing for your country is not only at the time where there is noise and then you jump up, you start making noise. No, right? Liberia needs servicemen. As a country, to be talking about 2,000 and change AFL personnel, it's underwhelming. Look at the square miles. Look at the size of the country. The barracks are empty. People are putting a tag on entering national security apparatus. People think for them to enter, the country must guarantee them everything. That is not a demonstration of patriotism. So that's where patriotism is supposed to start. Your willingness to sacrifice and serve the country. Where the bars, take pride in that. And that's how you'll be honored as patriots. Come to Monrovia. Join the recruitment process. Enroll the armed forces of Liberia. If we have sufficient men, I'm well sure that we have had people deployed already and that this thing will not have gone where it went. Most likely. But we are short on men. AFL, because your demands are so high of the AFL and the government, so when the government most times don't have sufficient money, they limit the recruitment to sometimes 50, 100. Even the police, when they're recruiting 150, right? 150. In spite of the global security risks, the regional security risks, right? Don't you think Liberia need more servicemen? We need more across the LRS, the police, right? The AFL volunteer and enter. If Liberia say we get $100 for you, accept it because you want to serve your country. Let your patriotism start with that, not social media. No. Not to go on social media and be in flaming situation. Then you think you're demonstrating patriotism. Right? In flaming situation. Creating tension. Then you just, no, it doesn't work like that. The government get money. The country is challenged. But we need security. Volunteer yourself. Be waiting to join. When police announce recruitment, don't ask the police of everything in the world because we don't have it. That is the mark of patriotism. But some of you will prefer to join. You see, able-bodied male, he prefer joining private security than to defend his country. Eh? All of you body men passing around, private security, talking choo. Oh, what do they want? Go join and serve. Let people come. Let the deterrent be seen. But when police doing recruitment, when you ever do recruitment, we're going to join. That barrier there, that's so hunger there, no food there. Those are the things. But you say you patriotic. But because you go to Kuala, say you stand somewhere, you take steak, then you say you should honor you. But go join the army. You willing to go join the army. But he said because you told steak and Kuala say, then we should honor you. Nah. Yeah, we respect that, right? To some extent. To a little extent. But the real pride will be in your willingness to join the LRS, the DEA, be a part of the defense of the country. Serve, do service. Get involved. Let the government recruit. Ghana, Mahama just announced, right, the increase in recruitment of security forces across all of Ghana security apparatus. The people enter because they love their country and they are very particular about it. They want to protect their country. They're waiting for one Facebook movement to start be jumping around, talking all kinds of things. Some of the things not even connecting. Ooh, we have to stop that. We have to be particular. We have to be deliberate about what is it that we want, what is it, and the way it's supposed to be done. It's not about the noise. And everybody, you see everybody. And somebody's measuring other people patriotism by what they write and what they say. The way they say, to a point where some professionals are going beyond their professional lines and saying things that tomorrow they didn't say when you go back and look at it. Some journalists are saying anything that is mad. So you see, you're qualifying patriotism by utterances made on social media. Right? Ignoring standards and all of that. No. You go say, really, the young beginning really and me talking. Right? When the police recruiting your country, you gotta defend the country. You 18-year-old, you able-bodied, you've already graduated from high school, you know your right, you know your left. Right? Don't go get on the Mediterranean Sea, you won't go Europe and stuff. Serve your country. Take pride in your nation. That's what other country people can do. But when your country calls you to serve, you run away. You go join the Mediterranean. You go in the desert. You're passing around. Some of you dying. Then you'll be calling us. Oh, we come here. We're in Tunisia. No food. You got to tell the government what you go do there. What you go do there? That will drive you from the country. Nobody drove you. Stay right here. Some of them got to say the hard truth to some of us. Stay right here. Join the army. Join the police. Sir, we'll not give you everything, but we'll give you small things. The day the country get better, things okay, will add your pay off. But at least you'll go down in history. You'll be honored, you'll be respected. Let's do it that way. We're not wait for social media noise before we say, we got to demonstrate patriotism. No. We can't keep our borders vulnerable and we have able-bodied men here that will be talking, say, oh, we're ready, we can take the gun, blah, blah. So you have that knowledge, that bravery. The country needs your service, go there. But you say, the AFL got to guarantee you this, the AFL got to guarantee you that, the AFL got to open school for you, you got to go this, you got to go that. So basically, you are putting a condition to serving your country. So if the AFL is not able to provide educational means for you, you will not serve the country. If the AFL is not able to guarantee full coverage medical, insurance for you, you're not joined. That means you're not serve your country. You're not help Liberia when Liberia needs you. So patriotism, service, defense of the country starts with that. Your willingness, right, to join security organizations in the country, beef the strength up, the numerical strength, right? And then to our legislators, I see some of you, legislator, young Twain, this other person, that other person, writing all sort of things. When you bear the greatest responsibility to empower, capacitate, and make our armies ready to respond in time, a whole country of 170 some more years, no aircraft. So George, who you say you don't get education, blah blah blah. A job we are not going to work with the UAE to get the ammo carrier. The AFL are going to be without any ammo carrier. So tell me now. A job we have, bro. I know how many pieces of ammo carriers there. That khaki leg ones again. You know that job we are son, job we are brother. But you're passing the budget every day, adding the president. Whole day you're sending money to the president office, sending money to NSA. But you're sending money to the Ministry of Defense to buy equipment for the army, right? To buy vehicles, to buy ammo carrier, to even consider helicopter for the army. You're buying that one. But as soon as the budget comes before you, because that EIE, you won't give everything to the president office. So that when you're taking your own, the president will not talk. So end that patriotism there. To close your eye, mean yourself and serve the country. Then real thing happening. Then you see irresponsible lawmakers writing childish stuff on social media. And say, oh yeah, then we are said to so small minded, then we clapping for them. They see people that sat down all our 1.2 billion budget. This could be their aid, right? And took 75 to 80% for themselves, recurring expenditure. No investment in the country, no investment in the people. Look at the army. Then the army got to go to the border to go provide deterrence and, protection. See how Uno chalk them. Going. Then they say, you sit down there, the budget came before you. You don't get to put money to buy new fleets. Real-time 21st century armor vehicles to buy it and put in the barracks. That when you want misbehave, you see, when we pull one thing outside, Independent Day, we bring the thing on ATS, we just pass around the town. How we will pass? We get so scam because the people representing making decisions on the state covers are corrupting them to themselves and forgetting about the country. Just one moment to show. So we all should rally now and beat on them. And then should start getting sense in their score. That look, this thing here, we can't be taking the country money for ourselves every day, taking the country money for ourselves. When issue come in the health sector, nothing. When issue come to the defense of the country, nothing. Even to recruit people, no money. Right? To pay the ones that are there, no money. But every day the budget comes, you're sending everything to yourself. Sending everything, adding every other budget year, something will be added to the president budget. Every other budget, something will be added to NSA budget. Something will be added to EPS budget. But nothing will be added to AFL budget. Nothing will be added to police budget. We got to make north before the ask month. And then when they add 1 or 2, you get Mr. Gregory, he take everything and make it operation. Because that what he kind of thing he can be jumping. Whole day, Gregory looking for operation, just to take the money off on that. Police vehicle for us only. And one time I saw some Ghana blog making Beamer say, oh, Mama, how they calling? Ibrahim Mama gave about 10 pieces of police car. The scene where the very beginning we're talking about, some of you not forget. To the extent the guys are stealing our money, they don't want to do the right thing, but they know we need it. That they had to take 10 pickup from Guinea. Guinea government got to look at and dash you 10 pickup. That's your government again. I see somebody passing around, oh, the president. We're gonna take, what are you thinking the president for? What did he do? The president has concealed the facts. He has concealed the facts from the people. In the whole FOIA border thing, the government has acted very irresponsibly. Have you questioned why they remain very tight-lipped with information? To the point now, a news organization in the country had to be running and taking Guinean people or doing crisis period. Then you doing PR for the opponent, because that was classic PR. You're literally, those of you, the media organization that were just there sharing everything that the Guinean people were doing, right? You're doing PR for the, that's, they both wanted to show strength. They both demonstrating intent. And then you there flagging that one, promoting it. You don't even understand the approach to crisis communication. But you say you're a journalist. Then you all won't be questioning other people. Your country is at war, let's so to speak now, right? Or it's in stand off, right? And then you join me taking the other nation, you amplifying whatever scam they're trying to show you, you're amplifying, you're sharing it, distributing it among your population, instilling fear and panic. What are you doing? You're diminishing the morale of your national security by doing that. All of you that did that, but some of you are doing it, still calling yourself patriots, nationalists. You see how to be, I don't even know how to put it. Nobody does that. That's not the way to do it. You wait for your government position. You don't treat crisis communication like regular communication. No, you don't do that. Speak from official sources. You wait. When the Ministry of National Defense or the Ministry of Justice or the Ministry of Information release something, but again, they weren't really saying anything. They weren't saying anything. Are you aware that before the action happened at the border, the Liberian government, inclusive of local officials, sent about 43 or more delegates to Gegedou to engage the folks on the Guinea side of the border? Have you asked why Francis Sakila Nyumale refused to provide any update to the nation on that meeting? They came from there. The following day was when the Guinean crossed over. The Guinean soldier crossed over and hoisted flag. So why did you send all that number? Over 40 people went to the Guinean side. I challenged them to say, this is not true. And they came back. They didn't say anything. Right? They didn't say anything. I have two videos there. Wait, let me see. The way the people handled the thing wasn't fair. Absolutely not fair to the country. Let me play this video. From the beginning. Sakila Nyumale then went. Where is it? Where is it, folks? Wait, until we'll do it, until we'll come to the something. This is Sakila Nyumale when he went to ascertain.
We got to tell the people that this machine is here for sale. So this is the reason why we were able to communicate to them and tell them that this machine.
Let me start it. This is saying why everything that happened. Sakila said, you please listen to the show.
So they told me, I said for good coordination, at least we got to tell the people that this machine is here for sale. So this is the reason why we were able to communicate to them and tell them that this machine is the same thing. The Guinean.
I went to all the Guineans.
They prefer.
ASA Sakila Nyumale, the delegation right to the river. This was day before the tension started. But they didn't say they want to, the people.
I went across. Last year, we had a conversation with the authority. Yes. So,
Hey, see the dredging equipment over the river. Hey, you seen it?
This is the dragging machine.
Okay.
Drag yourself on the river. Well, I will get pumping here. You see the top part of the machine back here.
I can't understand the piece.
They say they carry all wow material into it. They say, but what happened? They say I dig it down and go in the water, so we carry it.
Hey, you hearing it? So Sakila, you went for the picking to go. Sakila, you went for the picking to go for it and say, just hold already. Hold on. When men start talking about, say, why the Guinean soldier came and arrested the SK Enterprise machines and dredging equipment on the river. The men say, the Guinean people say that they were digging diamond and gold in the river. So they're not laying beneath the pool of fighting. The people say they observe that whoever took the SK Enterprise to Foya have begun the process of mining diamond and gold in the river. Sakila then crossed. They went to the poor country to go settle it. How they settle it, how they not settle it, they came by there, include a moth. They didn't tell nobody. Several have made noise on the thing. I said, my boy, your way. Let's know, in fact, who the owner of the SK Enterprise. How you take company and carry them somewhere, and then they get involved with illicit activities, and that illicit activity was almost on the verge of plunging our country into chaos, right? And the life of our people in danger. And then you come here, you try confusing the narrative and creating a situation, and all of you just, dilly-dallying around the issues. We need accountability. And the president must insist on accountability. Thank God it's resolved now. But it is not just fully resolved.
The water for them. And also the land for them, we should not wear they carry on. The police say no for them. A lot go in the town. I will get in the car and carry on. Our material out here, they carry our water pump machine, fuel, under the hose we're using, they carry all.
Okay, so and you see that the first video here, this interview or video was done by Voice of Lofa. It's a local radio. Voice of Lofa did this. So all along in the crashes, we didn't see. We told you we were going to get to the background of this thing because we're not here official abusing their office. Go. Already they're doing illicit mining all in the country. They're not put Chinese people all in our butchers. They're stealing minerals from the country. And then you carry the other one, they go do it in a river that's contested. The counterpart race issue. Stay insisting. They collect your materials and carry. It's supposed to be between your company and the people, or you start making it a situation to cover up. Right? And expose the citizens. Where in the world you've seen citizens taking machetes and rock and stick for people having gun? Listen to what Gregory says about the rules of engagement.
Continue in a mind to believe that it can come and cause any chaos here. You better go back and read the law. You better go back and read the law. Go back and read it. Because we enforce it to the letter. In the next coming week, we'll be discussing the use of force continuum. We'll be getting other tapes on radio so you can understand the powers of the police. That thing when I'm attacking for you all was here fighting and tearing the clothes back and forth. It's a shame to every last one of you. You know what they told? They told your flag. They told your city.
But somehow you sit down, you laugh, it's funny, you share it for the world to see, to castigate your own nation. Who expect realism? It is dead. And if we don't get up, if we don't stand up, put that political brain off and start to move this country forward.
Okay, let's hold that one. Those are no subject. But there's a key point he's trying to make. The posture that law enforcement people adapt, or armed toting security personnel will adapt, especially when you put up a violent posture. And he's saying that in the next coming week, they'll come after you. So you just apply that same logic to the border there. With those of you that are taking machete and stuff, kudos to the restraint of those Guinean soldiers. Right? Kudos to the restraint. If Gregor is telling you in Morora that thing you can be doing, you'll be jumping on police officer, blah, blah, blah. He coming to do, I don't know what kind of manual with them. So you must expect more brutal reactions. So this must go as an education and warning. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever. Okay, no, not this one. What's the other video? Okay, let me play the other video where you listen to. So you listen to the first one, right? Sakila when they talk about the same money thing, the diamond and stuff. Sakila supposed to get accountability to the country. The president should invite him.
No, I mean, like, what triggered the whole thing that we do? Because you've been following the story.
And that's when
Okay. If you listen to this one, conducted by our friend Emmanuel Kotu, then you will know exactly that what was trying to emerge in our country is beyond or is more than what they try to make it to look like. Group of people went there.
What triggered the whole thing that we do? Because you've been following the story.
And that's when we are going.
Okay.
When, of course, we heard the information that the pavement of Foya Street have started, and all started about getting sand from the river, this river. And of course, when the company, the PK Enterprise Company, were involved into excavating sand from the river downway, and there was a time, it was a time when the soldiers, about 8 to 10 soldiers, crossed the river and of course seized those materials. Some of those machines were being seized and haven't been retrieved as we speak. So
some of them have not been retrieved.
Not even some of them. All those materials that were seized at the time, nothing have been returned to Liberia. So there was a time when the minister came, Minister Yubali, and of course the local county superintendent Balawla Masakwe and all our local delegates.
I played that video
right here. We sat here and also discussion with the one minister, and we had a discussion with the governor for Guinea, the Kisi governor for Guinea, and of course the Kigedu governor. They discussed the whole day, and they said they're going to get back to the higher authority in Guinea, and they'll come back to give briefing. The authority in Liberia did not get a briefing as it was promised by these governors. So the minister decided to come back with a reinforcement, and that reinforcement comprises of the chief of staff, the assistant minister for Bureau of Correction, the Minister of Justice, and all other, and several other officials from Monrovia added to the local delegates here. All came here. Some 43 members. 43 members of Liberian delegates crossed the river right here last day, and we went to Guinea, went to Kigedu, where we met the local government minister in Guinea, right to Kigedu, and of course the superfed.
Yeah. So before we go further, the dedication that let you have.
No, let me hold you up there, right? So have we asked that for the 3 men that went, led by the local government minister, the chief of staff, they went to Kigedu and met their counterparts there. How come they came back and then still tension happened? Right? it is reported that their interest was only to retrieve those mining equipments. So what that goes to say is that the matter at hand wasn't a territorial or a land dispute from the get-go. And when our people went there, they were acting to retrieve the machines. And the reason the chief of staff went there, especially, it will, of course, draw the attention of any responsible, defense organization. When you see, it was initially 10 Guinean soldiers that crossed and came. They were the one that seized the BK Enterprise. This BK Enterprise, we keep asking who owns the BK Enterprise. The government is running away from it, right? It has been linked to Sakila Numale and Tomo Fala. Can say exactly, but the two of them have been linked to it. And that's why they were more vested in retrieving their company equipment that spiraled into something, because apparently the Guinean authority there in Gikedu had delayed releasing it on grounds that they needed the authority from Conakry to come and conduct assessment, satisfy, and before they turn it over. So when things happen, we need to get to the bottom of it to save our peace, to save our... We already in a place here, we grappling with hardship and everything. You think we need distraction? Their government promised that they're coming to rescue us. They're not coming scapegoat with any kind of discretionary strategy. It will not work. They probably, what in your is, all the way you say, he'll be there and you'll be president. He say he has the solution to rescue, you will rescue the country. Nobody helping you. No noise will come, so you can use it as excuse. Noise not coming from nowhere. You will serve this 6 years. You will rescue, and when you feel, we'll put it in your face. We'll slap it in your face. Day and night, we'll slap it in your face. And there is nothing you can do about that. Because we're basically making progress in the country. You'll be there, you won't be president. You'll be there, you won't be president. You're willing to carry the country to war because you won't be president. Finally, you became president. And no level of distraction, right? No level of distraction. Nobody bringing war nowhere. Nobody carrying war anywhere, right? If there is a border dispute, there is a mechanism to resolve it. And nobody will pretend as if to say there is no mechanism to resolve border dispute. The MRU is there, and there is a treaty. There is, resolutions and commitment signed between the member states, and those ones are there. When they get misunderstanding, they'll go sit down and fix it. But you can't scapegoat your officials going and doing clandestine operation the same way you're going all in the southeast. You're not put illegal machines and Chinese people. They're mining the Liberian people resources day and night. They're stealing from their country because one minister behind you carry the same rocket attitude, and then the people call you to order. He said, for the 3 men you're going to negotiate, you come out, you close your mouth, you call people from the country, you don't tell nothing. He said, you don't come in, then you can say, oh, the president handle it diplomatically. Because you want to handle it in secret, because of disgrace. This is what you need to know. All of you that are just getting yourself hyped up and doing all kinds of things. Thank God nothing happened, nobody died. Just imagine if citizens of Foya or Solomba were going to die because of this nonsense. Because of nonsense. Right? What do you think? Don't you think? What? Talking about small.
They give us a flare where we said a flare, so they were like preparing area to stay. Those soldiers and those security that we have here, all of us know the strength of our security. There were not many, so they hardly left. And the citizen came about 300 to 400 young boys.
Hey, you understand? So there's a whole summary of everything that happened from the beginning. The one the government cut off, the journalists included everything in it. I told you as if we're going to get the son will bring it up for you. Open your album. You in your car, you put the volume up. They continue to war. Because as soon as we fight war, or something happen, then the politician will use that now as excuse. They'll be stealing the money, deliver. Say, oh, you know, we go to war, the war making it. Just imagine the war that finished 20 years ago. They can still be blaming that one. Then you can't do another one right now. No, we don't need it. Forget about that one. It's not going to happen. They, oh man, what they everything. He said you're just a devil. He will burn the country. He'll take the country to war if he win election. The man, G that he must be president in the country. Finally, we made him president. People dance in people water and ought to make the man president. You can't be president and you're scapegoat. You want to look for a conflict somewhere to Sonny. Let's come to the one that brought the whole thing, right? 3-4 days ago also, when the tension intensified, what did we say? My very self posted that we needed our security people to deploy at the border. And yes, we did. The first group of people that went, that the police, we deploy at the border, right? Then we send the AFL when they deploy. So, few days later, the Guinean mobilized to send their own people to come mind their own side. So how that was supposed to be issued? Everybody go mind their own border. Everybody go mind their border. So how is that one supposed to be reported as a declaration of war or something? No, we got to be fair. We got to stop distributing panic and, of course, fear among our people when it is not worth it, only to cover up the mess created by Bouaka and his officials. This man has failed. He has compromised the sovereignty of this country on many fronts. It started with when this Guinean president had Jack power and he was there, chasing after opposition figures, and people fled. They came to Liberia for rescue. People fled. They came to Liberia. Guineans fled. They came to Liberia for rescue. Liberia as a democratic state under Bouaka. What did we do? We surrendered those people back in the hands of the junta leadership in Guinea for few pickups. Have you forgotten that? That was a compromise. That was a diplomatic blunder. All of them. Right? Samuel Kofi Roos used to make regular trip to Conakry to collect envelopes. They will come here. They will say, oh, yeah, you know the ones. I tell you, say, oh, blah, oh, that today you know, say that monster you were supporting in Guinea. I today you know. So you have a disconnected, government. You have a clueless, arrogant, rude, bigots leading the country, and this is what you get. This is what you get. They keep creating and fermenting internal bitterness and rivalry and confusion every day, pitting the country again. So that noise, that's what they survive in. And people you get, when you're secretly collecting money and things, your security folks will be collecting money and things from Conakry. They're going there and and stuff. Visiting with the man. Collecting money and pickups and stuff. You can't sit down here, you say, oh, the president. What did the president do? What step did Bouaka take? Since the beginning of this thing, what meaningful step did Bouaka take that you know of? Nothing. So Assumi Doumbouya had now called people to Conakry to go and resolve this thing. But now the tension going. We will not be president, that won't happen. No way. Not even Ellen will be president, it happened. The old man sat down here for 1 week. Right? All the things were going on. He sat down here, did not make any effort. Assuming the Guinean soldiers are going to open fire on those citizens that took Kola and stay. You go stay from Gomel or Kola and you chunking rock. Assuming they're going to open fire, the old man are going to be sitting there and sleeping. And then you want to be clapping for him. He's a blunder. He messed up. So how they had to pull him by the nose, summon him, pull him, and go set him down. He was sitting under his son equal. And he said, oh, the man got what gonna do? It's a diplomatic blunder. Man pull him by the nose. Okay. How do you allow yourself, right, to quote into, you said the man is the aggressor, right? The man is the aggressor in the conflict. Then the aggressor tells you, come here. The man pick for on you, according to you. The man pick for on you. Then the sea man that pick for on you, tell you, say, come here. Then you jump, you take money from alcohol again. You charter another private jet. They go in another private jet, go to the aggressor, sit down there. The aggressor had to send junior officials to go receive them. They went, they sat down for hours. Before the men finished doing all 18 in can't sat down with them. He said, oh, let's communicate. Oh, you don't know? You think Bouaka leading the country responsibly? They will be doing propaganda with you all the time. Propaganda all the time. Okay. Oh, yeah, the president has zero, clueless bigots. That's who they are. And the only thing they survive on is to make you and seditions to look like, oh, you don't know what you're doing. You're more better, smarter, intelligent than them. All they feed on is hate. The dish could be hatred. That's all. All us versus them. They're not even confident of allowing CDC experts to come in governance. They will expose them. So they bring and implement a whole divisive attitude in public bureaucracy. So in the end, if there's going to be any problem over there, Mr. Bouaka and his nephews were going to be the one responsible. So the government now, if she means well, should go ahead and start investigating the BK enterprise. BK, we carry you to go do road work in the place there. How can you left from road work to allegation of mining? How can you left from there? And when you investigate, you find them culpable, right? You should revoke their contract and then send them to the Ministry of Justice for prosecution. If Bouaka does that, right, then we know Bouaka mean well. But is he going to do it? I doubt if he is, because with what we are hearing, Numale looks untouchable, right? Even though this is wrapped all over him, to the point where the guy is explaining about, oh, why the Guinea people, they both say, well, money down, and they say, hey, close your mouth, leave that one there. You listen to the video right here? Oh, leave that one there. Fellow Liberians, this is it. Have your say. Right? We've said ours. Our job is to make sure whatever thing happens, we bring you the facts. That's why we are Freedom FM. Without stupors, without fear, without favor for anybody, will tell you exactly what happened. And we challenge the government to investigate this matter. And we even challenge Mr. Bouaka and his folks to tell us what happened in Conakry. You go and apologize. Look at the statement the government issued, right? Look at the incriminating statement the government issued. That one alone made you feel weak. Announcing that the president was going. The government said, we are claiming the land. Yeah, for the 2-year experienced president, the man issued a statement where the man said he's going to Guinea, Conakry, for a meeting about the land that we are claiming. Can you imagine? Here's it right here. It's a recent incident in the Solomba area of Foya District, Lofa County, have raised concern among residents and local authorities following reports of confrontation between Guinean soldiers and Liberian civilians near the border. Local sources indicated that tension intensified after Guinean troops crossed into territory claimed by Liberia. After Guinean troops crossed into territories claimed by Liberia. Is that what our presidents are saying? Oh, let's assume that land Benin were fighting for them. They were fighting for land. Instead, then our president leave from there, say, oh, the land we're fighting for, will claim it. When you claim something, that means there is no legal basis. There is no factual grounds. You're only laying claim to it. That is different from saying, by Liberia. That is different from saying, by Liberia. You need to get that one straight. So this was a blunder. Do I agree with what they say? No, I don't. But they know what they say, and that's what they need to come. So embarrassingly what they did, they put a statement down. Embarrassingly what they did. Look, whatever tension we're in is happening because Bouaka is president. This never happened early in time. Whatever noise came, it will resolve. You not even know that there have been border tensions, right? But they will responsibly resolve it and everything will go back to normal. the people start interacting. We at time, they'll resolve it. But when it came to Baka time, problem came. Call that business that kind of rack business, stick, everything that kind of 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 221 86 500 104. So listen to Baka when he came to the airport and what he said.
What major progress was made during the Conakry talks to strengthen peace and cooperation among Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone, sir?
We all realize that we are the same people, that we've been working together for a year, we've got nothing to gain from war, and that we shouldn't waste time on war. We need to be friends and have to develop our people. And we all agree on that. And that was the end of it.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay. So you see, this is compromising. And let's talk about this statement from the president. And let's talk about our mission to Conakry. What informed our mission to Conakry? Oh, okay. It was reported that, there's land this beginning trying to come and take Liberia land and blah, blah. So Liberia going on to set the record straight. The president came back from them as a president. Bring her up to speed or what happened in Conakry. The president, he went there only to realize that we are all one people. So what happened with our land? Y'all need to be asking the hard questions and start wasting your time on unnecessary argumentations and blah, 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 quarreling over useless things when you have an unfit man as president of the country who knows absolutely nothing about what's going on around him. These are the facts. Oh. So that Togo knows that we all want people that will take taxpayer money, fly private jet to go Conakry. Just sort of stay right here. And then somebody will come on Gigadu, somebody come on Kwendu, then you say now we all want people. Then let's also leak if that we all want people, then let's also leave it with the local chiefs. The chiefs from across will come, the other chiefs will sit down, they will speak and say, we are all one people. But it was a matter of border demarcation. So what did we come out with from that conversation? Let's see what Marabio posted. Let's see what Marabio posted. Marabio was there. Marabio went there, and Marabio posted something for his people. Let me see. Okay. Where did I see this Marabio comment? So, fair Liberian, at the end of the day, the tension you were creating about land, the president comment is clearly trying to tell you that that was not the subject. The subject was to recognize our oneness, and once we do, then we minimize or ignore the friction, right, or the misunderstanding, and forge ahead. It is, to an extent, right, a concession. So our government conceded to the Guineans on every front, recognizing that, we are one, we need to forge ahead. This was not one of the very, assertive representation that you say, when we asserted our position and we ensure that, okay, let's say it was about the mining in the Makona River. What was the resolution about that? Were we right to do that? Do we have a claim to the Makona River, Mr. President? Or the Soromba border point, right? Who was right? How is it going to be? What's the arrangement going forward? Who does it belong to? These are the answers our government should provide for us. But we are grateful that peace has returned, calm. And just before now, we heard that the Guineans have already instructed their soldiers to retreat. They started retreating. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 221 500 104 are the numbers to call. Let's hear you. Let's hear your thoughts. I mean, where we are, we don't need any distraction. We don't need any problem when things happen. Let's allow the right authorities to speak, and then we can start to pick up from where they will be talking and ensure that there is consistency I'll play you some of the videos that since the inception of this misunderstanding that you never had any access to. At least it gives you a whole different perspective on what has been happening and what's been going on. Right? That's the essence of it. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Go ahead.
I'm Emmanuel P. People are calling from 10th Street.
Go ahead.
Yes. They give that space to us. We know Paga is animals, they are all wicked. They care to lie to us. They're using our country to get rich. And two, the people using Monrovia, they will take money from other people, they come and break people's houses. So it's strange to us when the people go to the border there and sell that area to Guinea. It's strange. It's strange.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Michael from Philly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the analysis, but I want to know whether there's a demarcation in Guinea, which means there's a movement or a sample or historical something that explains that we that were not born and we are born out to know. And secondly is the time we got independent at that time, I want to know whether Guinea at that time
At that time, there were independent Guinea, but there was Franco Guinea that was there, right? Guinea was being governed by the French. They had the territory there, but it wasn't independent Guinea as it was independent Liberia. That's how it was. Right? Okay. Thank you. Let me take this person. Good morning, sir. You're back once more.
Good morning again. I just want to say something to the Liberian people. When communication is not properly disseminated, friendship damage.
Correct.
And the government did not do due diligence to the citizen.
That's correct.
They put the citizen at risk.
At risk.
When the incident occurred, I believe it lasted for a week before the cross over to put it there. And within that period, only the Franco citizens were going there to protect their land, to say, why you people are doing this to us? There was nobody to enforce it. Instead of the military people from across the bridge, the people would have killed our citizens for nothing because of the blunder of Joseph Boakai and his government. And my Liberian people sitting down there, including even the press people from OK and other people, classifying Joseph Boakai to be a responsible person.
What a responsibility you don't there? Liberians who have died over there.
I can't imagine the responsibility of Mr. Joseph Boakai because no fair leader will create problem. Rather, the leader can avoid problem and solve problem. Instead of they tell the people that they want to mine, because when the people saw them with their equipment, with their machine, they begin to read a land. Why you people to here? You came to mine and you people couldn't tell the river not for only Liberia. The river for Guinea and Liberia. So if they proceed mining, definitely they will go and seize their equipment. Instead of they tell the public that
and up to now, the people still get their equipment. Up to now, the people still get their equipment. They're keeping that one secret. But thank you very much. They're keeping it secret. So why they say responsible? What's the responsibility in that? Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Let me say good morning to your listeners. My name is Eugene Jogo, and I call you from Capital Barcas. I would really appreciate you for all the clips that you have played, and you have informed us deeply and as to what we had to transfer. In my mind, the government have reached our citizens. They didn't come clear to the people as what was really happening or what went on initially. They presented the case like, the Guineans just came across the border and trying to claim land. And that, that's the kind of clarity or the man that we had our own Guinea soldier just came from across the border and come to Liberia territory and just claim land, not knowing there was an alleged mining activity ongoing. And the government didn't come up, to explain as to what happened to, what happened from the initial stage. I think it have been unfair to us. If anybody could die there, and that could be just sorry. And unfortunately, one of our citizens got wounded. things that we say.
The president will be responsible for it. But thank you very much. I mean, he has to take responsibility because it is on them to tell us what is going on and resolve it. Good morning. You're the last caller. Morning.
I'm taking for tomorrow.
Go ahead.
They've been doing the Kwakame. Yeah, boy, it's not a story. They may not get no success story. They may not want to solve problem. What are they may not get? They go on and they are going to get to what to tell them. They may, in that still happen. Nothing will get money for. They put their own criminals. Nothing will get money for.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me hold you right there, folks. And that's all the time we get to be here. Our time is up and we have to go home. Many thanks to all of you that participated by calling, dropping your comments, and of course sharing the show or playing the listening role. Thanks a lot. Let's keep the peace of this country. Let's demand full accountability from our government. We respect. We can get it. Let's ask them the hard question. Whenever something happens in this country, don't just jump to conclusion. Sit down, wait, and ask the hard question. Politicians have a way of deceiving you. Then sometimes you will be killed. Before then they will come back and start to say, oh, you know, this, that, that's this. Our experience during the war should teach us a great lesson. My name is Abu, and of course, it has been a wonderful time engaging with you right here on the big station, Freedom 87.9. Until we see you tomorrow, do have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.